Tom, I thought it would be really fun if I said some like musical terms to you, and I just want to know if you can guess what they mean.
That's a good idea.
I really like this.
First one, what is a fermata?
A fermata?
Yeah.
Fermata. What do you think a fermata is?
Isn't that a type of pasta? Or like a bread?
AJ, you're Italian.
Yeah.
Is that at
You
all?
ever have fermata bread?
There is no fermata. There's ciabatta bread, not fermata bread.
It's a mix of focaccia and ciabatta.
Never stops making the bread.
What would they call like the awards? Well, they probably already have like a name for the porn awards. Grammys, Emmys. I guess Fermies could work, or Spermies. How about pizzicato?
Pizzicato. That's when the NASCAR pulls up to the side and they pull out the pizzicato comes and changes all the tires.
Make a pit
right?
stop.
Oh, like in Cars.
Yeah.
And Ricky
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah, Luigi is a famous pizzicato.
What is glissando?
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
pretty sure that's one of the awards. You know, if someone's holding me, I am a bit fermata, you know what I mean?
But I never stop.
Fermata bing, fermata boom, am I right?
Welcome back to another episode of Tom Hates Albums. I'm your host, Eddie Tenari.
I'm Matt Glass.
And I'm Tom Murphy.
Last time we checked out Dummy by Portishead in a surprise upset. Tom actually liked that album.
Yeah. Honestly, unexpected.
Yeah, very unexpected for Tom's taste.
I contain multitudes.
Yes, a layered individual, Tom.
I am, if nothing, hard to pin down.
That is a certified fact. I would agree. But this month, we're doing something that might be a little more Tom's speed, I think.
Are we going to be in a rush?
I think we're in quite a rush to get this episode over with, because we're talking Moving Pictures by Rush.
Wow.
Well, that'll be it for Tom Hates Albums.
Yeah, that's my review. Good talk.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I actually have an end bit. Would you guys...
Man, it's going to be the easiest editing session of all time.
The first 3-minute Tom Hates Albums episode. But yeah, we're talking Moving Pictures by Rush, an album that I quite enjoy, and I brought on the podcast specifically because I thought Tom would like it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is an interesting, I guess, kind of theme of this season, is that I don't think Tom's only hated one album we brought him.
Yeah, even it's been mostly positive.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure most of the albums you brought are ranked in the top half of the list at the very least.
That's neat.
And even the albums I didn't like were not even didn't like. They were just 5 to 6 out of 10. It was very rare that I was I hate this.
Yeah.
Except, to be fair, the most hated of the show was this, right? Wasn't Residence the lowest rated album I've ever done? That was this season,
yeah,
right?
that was you. Okay, yeah. I thought they meant most hated in general.
I like
all
the
of
family
us.
album,
No,
corporation, trademark, Agamemnon.
So only talk about myself. I'm very
that's right, we forget.
I'm very self-centered. I'm here by nepotism. I forced my way in.
Mm-hmm.
This is my show.
That's right. Tom is in the name.
Exactly.
But I guess we got nothing else for this intro. Shall we dive into a little bit of history?
Let's
rush to it.
All right.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
It's
Did I
okay.
just steal your thunder?
I didn't really know what I was going to say there, if I'm being real.
Well, Moving Pictures was released February 12th, 1981 on Anthem Records, and it is the 8th studio album by legendary Canadian prog rock band Rush. Moving Pictures saw Rush lean into a more radio-friendly sound to capitalize on the success from their previous release, Permanent Waves, in 1980, utilizing even shorter and tighter song structures that resulted in instant success and critical acclaim. Moving Pictures peaked at number 3 on the US Billboard 200, has since gone 5 times platinum, was nominated for Best Rock Instrumental for YYZ at the 1982 Grammys, was listed at number 379 of Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time, and has a spot in the 1001 Albums to Listen to Before You Die. The group formed in 1968, and at the time of this album's release, Rush consisted of Geddy Lee on vocals and bass, Alex Lifeson on guitar, and Neil Peart on drums, who has since passed away.
When did he die?
I think he died in 2018, 2019. Yeah.
Could he have listened to this podcast? When did we start?
2022.
Way later than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time.
I would have still been in high school.
I don't think I met you two by that point. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I've lost track of time.
It just feels like we've been friends for so long.
Yeah, our friendship drags, so it's really felt so long.
We missed the starting gun, you know?
Yeah,
hey,
amen.
I got you out with it.
Tom reviews Dark Side of the Moon coming soon,
No.
actually. Okay. Never mind.
The friendship's felt long, and it's ending soon.
Yeah, it's the finale of our actual
You guys,
friendship.
You guys want to watch me speed run an ending of a friendship with AJ?
Tune in next month.
I've never seen someone get kicked off a podcast and out
While
of a
they're
D&D
recording.
game so fast.
Could you imagine, like, you
Mid-episode?
Mid-episode.
God. The rest of the Top of episode is just like Matt and AJ.
just a regular episode?
Pretty much.
And then a year later, you come out with Ben Hates albums.
It'd be funny if, like, after you got kicked off or left or what have you, you released like a Why I Left the Family album, like Why I Left BuzzFeed video.
And it's super dramatic and mostly lies.
Yeah.
I'm like, he was actually really shitty to me the whole time.
He was so abusive.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I remember Tom being a my wife guy the entire time, you know?
You think I treated the goblins poorly? You have no idea how they treated me.
I was just taking it out on them. It was the cycle of violence.
Really, I'm the victim, is what I'm saying.
Well, that was a lovely history, AJ. Getty
man.
Lee would be very proud.
I hope so. Also, I'm excited. They're back at this point. They're touring again.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're coming
That's
to a
cool as
venue
hell.
nearby.
Guys.
And I'm not going to lie to you, I did look at tickets.
Yeah.
And they are $300.
That they are.
I was
Where?
kind
I'm
of
assuming
sad.
for the nosebleeds, it's $300. Or
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, at this
That
point,
sucks.
they've been up for order for like a while, so it's probably just like the scraps.
that sucks. But
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, with nothing else, do we know what time it is?
It's prediction time.
So I'm going to just flat out say you definitely liked this album because out of everything we've given you, this is the most in line or same-ish genre category as Meatloaf. It's like dad rock, but quintessential, really refined dad rock, dad prog, if you will.
Uh-huh. I'd exclude the dad, but that's just my bias.
Well, I mean, they're older.
You're colder.
Yeah.
The way he quoted Weezer at me.
Come back from that. Is that a Weezer quote?
Yes, it is.
I didn't even catch it. Is that one of the albums I reviewed?
Nah.
No.
Okay, good. I wouldn't have remembered it either way.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Unless it's like the across the sea 18-year-old girl one.
Yeah. Can you reference that song? Shoehorn that in real quick.
Okay. I'll, when the moment's right, I'll sneak one in. Matt, continue.
You are the camera. Yeah, I'm gonna hedge my bet to say that you liked it and that it's probably somewhere in your top 15. Where that is, I don't know. I can maybe try to figure that out later and add to my predictions. But I will say you liked it. Definitely you walked away with some songs like either on repeat or added to a playlist or something. I mean, Tom Sawyer, it has your name in
That's
it for
a good
crying out
point.
loud.
Yeah.
Famously full of myself.
And even like for somebody who doesn't like prog rock, hypothetically, there is so much to enjoy off this album.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like most likely you would give this like I'm gonna say like 8 out of 10. I'm really gonna bet high for like the first time in God, probably like a year.
Yeah.
I have not bet
Fair
that high
point.
on Tom Hanks albums in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the albums that we bring on, even though they're critically acclaimed and we try to like have you like them, sometimes I always just kind of think there's
There's no way.
this automatic
Yeah.
like cutting of points.
To be fair, that's valid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna even dare I say 8.5 out of 10 and say that you liked it.
I see. Well, that was my exact ranking.
Oh,
I was guessing an 8.5 as well. I was gonna be generous and swing for the fences because I do feel like Tom did quite enjoy this album. I made a bold claim in our group chat today, saying this was top 5 worthy for Tom.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
I don't know if I want to stick with that though. 'Cause
I can change.
No, that's okay. You went first.
I know whether that's correct or not already. I've already placed it. And I'm a little on the fence about if I want to adjust its placement, but it wouldn't change whether you're correct or not, one way or the other. I won't
see.
say whether that's me,
Like
if it's
confirming
in
or
5
denying.
and I'm bumping it to 4, or if it's in like
Yeah.
7 and I'm bumping it to 8 or 6
Gotcha.
or something.
I think at least top 10 for sure. Because like in comparison to all like the other stuff we've listened on here, I feel like this is just kind of Tom core in a way. I'll stick with top 5. I'll swing even higher. I'm gonna go a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to be very generous with this album.
I don't know why though. I have a feeling that is like right
between.
above Black Parade and whatever is above that. Like it's in between those
between
two.
Starbomb and Black
So
Parade.
right above Black Parade.
Yeah.
That would put it just below Starbomb.
Damn, I think that because
That's-
the
yeah.
thing that's catching me is I feel like if he liked Purple Rain, I feel like Rush, not the same but similar because it's 80s.
Yes.
it's classic,
Synth heavy.
synth heavy.
Purple Rain is at 3.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking it could be over the
Assuming
wall.
nothing has pushed anything around.
Yeah,
I would also argue Purple Rain songs are catchier. So that's the thing. I don't know.
all right.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we're technically still competing, but
We want to collab on
It's
this
more,
one.
of, it's more of a
Yeah.
fun competition, to be fair.
All right.
Are we tracking points?
no. If we were tracking points, I would have lost like a long
think
time
you-
ago.
Well, for
Audience
the whole
members.
show maybe, but this season I think you've gotten more than I have.
Have I?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If there's any audience members out there who care enough to track points,
Yeah,
let
some
us
Tom
know.
stats.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many times did I say fuck? I bet it's a lot.
Your mom answers 120.
My mom
You're
responds,
grounded.
too goddamn much.
I honestly, your position is like a really good guess. So like 6 is pretty solid.
There's just no way Starbomb
Yeah.
could ever be dethroned by it. And if I am wrong about that, we will end after this episode, I think.
You know what? I'm gonna do wishful thinking. I'm gonna say this is number 4.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I'm swinging for the fences this episode.
I mean, it's a great album,
Yeah.
so honestly, you have every right to swing for the fences.
So you're placing it above the wall and
Yes.
below Purple Rain
Yes.
if it's at number 4. And then you're saying above
Black Parade.
Black Parade and below Starbomb. So
Yeah.
you're very close to each other. It's,
As in
it's
real
whether
life.
it's whether it's in 4th place or it would be 7th place, 6th or 7th place, I think.
Matt, that was awesome.
I wish the audience could have seen that.
Okay.
I'll just do like an implied noise that
They'll
I did
know.
it.
God, I did say 6th or
Yes, you
7th
did.
place, didn't I?
I have a coworker that will not stop saying it,
Colin?
and he's 2 years older than me, and it upsets me.
Amen. It's me.
Yeah, Tom and I work together.
I mean,
We're employees on
podcast.
the
In this
scenario,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
have we made money on this podcast?
Not
I
recently.
haven't. I haven't.
Well, that was a lovely prediction time.
Yeah, very competitive one.
I'm excited.
me
Like
too.
my jimmies are rustled. Like I don't know what to do.
I got a bit of a rush going on.
Oh,
really rushles my jimmy.
Well, Tom, let's get your Jimmy's rustled by going through your track by track.
she Tom on my soy till I yer. Am I right,
Fellas.
Yeah.
You set him up, knock him down.
Okay. Moving Pictures by Rush. Track 1.
A PowerPoint by Tom Murphy.
Can we please do that?
That's really good. Tom Sawyer, track 1. This is like considered one of the greatest songs, right? It's like up there.
This
a lot
is
of people really
Rush's
love
most
it.
popular,
It's,
yeah.
it's Rush's
Uh-huh.
most popular song. I feel like I did a little bit of Tom history on some of these as I was listening to them. A lot of the songs are really long,
Mm-hmm.
so it was really good for me to also be like doing little Google searches while I listened to them and going back in and out. I'm pretty sure the general consensus for this song is that it rips.
Yeah,
like, it's
bangs.
a good ass
Everyone loves
song.
this track.
That the opening riff is like one of the most iconic of all time. The synthesizer, you know what I mean? It might be the best use of the synthesizer I've heard.
Yeah, since the
At least
sound of
for
the
me.
50s and the 60s. And the,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, since Giorgio.
The 50s and the
60s.
60s.
I haven't listened to that album in a while.
Fun fact, this song was also the entrance music for an old wrestler.
Oh, shit.
Which one?
Kerry Von Erich,
Interesting.
the guy who Iron Claw is about. He came out. He was the modern day warrior. Was
That's
his wrestling
cool.
name,
That's-
and he
That's
came
fucking
out to
rad.
this song. It's also in the movie
Yeah.
because it's his entrance song. It was featured in the Iron Claw movie.
It was in
which-
Futurama.
It was in Futurama.
Yeah.
It was
That's
heavily
cool.
featured in an episode of The Goldbergs. They do like a Rush episode specifically
That's
because
pretty
it's
cool.
like a show that takes place in the
80s, yeah,
80s.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
And then I got conflicting information about this, so I went and did my own research. But I saw somewhere that it said it was used in season 1, episode 1 of regular show The Power when they're playing the keyboard. But then I also found that it was just inspired by.
Yeah.
That
makes more sense.
Rewatched the episode last night in bed after I finished the album. Just headphones on my phone in my bed. And it's hard to tell. It's definitely inspired.
Like a reference.
It's 100% inspired by. That whole show is very like synthy. It makes sense. I don't think it was the actual song.
I doubt it.
But definitely inspired by, and definitely fun that I got to rewatch regular show.
Exactly.
Kind of a side tangent. I love the fact that J.G. Quintel would do that. He would either get the rights to use a specific song, or he'd make like a carbon copy. Like, hold the line.
Frankenstein by Edgar Winter.
Yes. That's another one.
Yeah, that shit was so cool. I loved like seeing that pop up and like when on my rewatch.
That's how I learned about Mississippi Queen.
Yeah.
Because of regular show.
Exactly.
I learned Ballroom Blitz from regular show.
Same here.
Oh, that song rips.
Yep.
You ready, Steve?
In fact, whenever I hear it, I think of that like scene where they're at the dance.
Yeah.
So good.
With Ghost Prince.
Tom Sawyer absolutely fucking rips. 10 out of 10.
Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
I agree.
And a little spoiler, it's not the only 10 out of 10 song on here.
Let's fucking
I'm
guess.
so intrigued to know which one, because honestly, any of them could be in the running.
Red Barchetta. Did I say that right?
Technically it's Barchetta, but Geddy
Barchetta.
Lee mispronounces it Barchetta in the song.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm actually more accurate than
That's
anyone
right.
at home.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks.
This song is a great follow-up when it comes to like the energy. It's very similar. It's very fun. I really enjoyed it. It's not living up to Tom Sawyer though. You know, it's a hard act to follow. This song is still really good, but when you're coming right off of Tom Sawyer, it drops down a point or two. So I gave this one an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I will say general consensus across this album is I liked most of the songs. So the rankings are again more like
relative
to one
comparison
another.
each other. Like if Tom Sawyer is a 10, then one of these other songs that is also really good that might get a 10 on a different album might be like a 7 just because Tom Sawyer is setting the bar of 10 so high.
I see.
Like a 5 on this album is not going to be the same 5 on like Portishead or
Meet
fucking
the Residents.
Lateralis.
10 confirmed, there's no 5s.
Let's go. Fuck yeah.
YYZ, or as Matt texted in the group chat the other day, XYZ.
At time of recording, that was today, actually.
Oh, was that today?
Yeah, and I auto-corrected it.
Remember,
My favorite Pokemon
he did
trilogy.
autocorrect it, and I appreciated that. But for some reason, it stuck with me.
Or YYZ since they're Canadian.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I have no concept of the passage of time anymore. This song was featured in Guitar Hero 2.
Fuck
apparently.
yeah.
Sounds about right.
Good shit.
It's definitely, this song feels like a change of pace. Red Barchetta, as I gotta pronounce it correctly, felt very, very similar to Tom Sawyer in like style. This one was a slight step in a different direction, at least to me. It was still Rush, but it just was different than those first two. The first two felt very similar. This felt like a step away.
I could see that.
I meant to say lots of drums, but I wrote logs of drums, and I just think that's funny. I felt like there was more instruments in this one, and that might just be because the synthesizer was not as aggressive in this one, so I noticed the other instruments. But there were definitely drums and like other instrumentals that came in on this one.
Yeah.
I only say drums because it's the only one I could pick out. I know there were other instruments, I just couldn't tell which ones they were.
It's mostly guitar and bass since they're a 3-piece.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. I feel like I could have guessed that. Damn it.
But you never know.
Yeah, I don't want to spread misinformation.
Even though you're more accurate than Geddy Lee, as you just established a couple minutes ago.
I'm as accurate.
That's right, because he's refusing to call the other name.
And if he's in the band, that makes me more accurate than people who aren't in the band that pronounce it the other way. What I'm saying is I'm better than our audience, unless they say Barchetta, which is my favorite kind of cheese. Along with whatever you said earlier.
Fermata.
YYZ. A lot of instruments that I can't pin down, but the sound is definitely a bit different. Still really good. There were no vocals, which actually kind of worked for me on this one. Usually I'm like, it's all instrumentals. I'm kind of iffy. I gave this one a 7 out of 10. I did really enjoy it, but it was still a step down from the first two, but barely, like a half a step at best.
I have a little fun fact. I don't know if this will boost your enjoyment of the track since you are like a science nerd. This song's a kind of homage to Morse code for YYZ.
Oh,
they play
shit.
like the rhythm for the Morse code in the beginning on the right. So
That's
the ding, ding,
actually
ding,
really
ding,
cool.
ding, ding. It's like a homage to like an airport or something in Canada.
That's rad as hell.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Mhm.
I don't know if I adjust my score for that, but it's cool to know. That does make me
I
think
thought
it's a
give it
cooler
shot,
song.
Yeah.
It definitely makes the song cooler.
Yeah.
I mean, I still love it. I think it's a great song regardless. Limelight, I recognized this song and I could not figure out why. My guess is I've just heard it.
It's one of their other
which is
popular ones.
rare.
Yeah.
Because usually if I recognize a song like Tom Sawyer, I
Yeah.
can Google like what movie is this in? And it's like, oh, it was on an episode of South Park. And I'm like, there it is. I know it. It was on this. It was in this movie. Limelight, couldn't find shit. All I could find is that it was in a Guitar Hero and a Rock Band at some point. It looked like they were like downloadable songs in those.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I've heard it there. Maybe I played it on Guitar Hero.
It could also be on the radio because that's also
it might
frequent,
be. That's also probably more likely. Or like my dad is a big like 80s music listener, so this kind of stuff feels like it would fit in that.
Definitely.
As Matt said, dad rock aesthetic.
Some good old YYZ, DLC, all those letters, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yep. XYZ.
XYZ, YYZ,
etc., you know? Like,
ETC.
ET, the extraterrestrial. But I'm just pretty sure this is one of their other like more iconic songs. It's like
It's
one
up there.
step below Tom Sawyer as far as most iconic. Cool. I literally said I'm pretty sure it's one of their more iconic, and then in quotes I wrote, AJ and Matt will correct me if I'm wrong.
We got you. You're
This
correct.
is the other 10 out of 10 song. I really
figured.
enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every song on here, if it was featured on one of the other albums, would probably be closer to 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I will say. This is
That's
definitely
good.
my speed.
That's cool.
The camera eye. The synthesizers at the start of this one are fun as hell.
Yeah.
Yep.
This one was interesting because it like kept picking up every once in a while. Like literally when it picks up at around 2 minutes, it got me. I'm not gonna lie, I was hype as hell at the change. And I literally was typing, this song is very long, and I kind of felt it, but not nearly as bad as I would expect from a 10-minute song. And then 6 minute 50 hit, and it did the same thing as it did at the 2 minute mark where it got up.
picked
and I'm
up.
like, fuck, they pulled me back in.
Run it back. Just when I thought it was out.
Just when I finished time, it's like, I mean, it's a 10-minute song, so it's to be expected, but it's dragging a little bit. And then it hit the like 650, 645-ish. I went, we're back in.
We're so back.
As I typed that, a key change and upbeat began, and it reinvigorated the drag that I was beginning to feel, pulling me back in. I also haven't mentioned it yet, but I like the vocals. I think the guy who sings on has
Geddy Lee's
really good
vocals are
vocals.
awesome.
Getty.
Uh-huh.
He can
Gedrick.
get
Getty some more.
Yeah, he can get
Gedward.
He can get
Gedward Lee. Ged and Getty.
I would watch
Geddy. God, that's so good. Apparently, I was also looking. This was one song that had like a fun fact that actually made me bump it up a little bit. Apparently, the beginning of this uses some of the background audio from Richard Donner's Superman.
That's right. Yep.
That was cool as hell to read. I just like came across it while I was scrolling through Wikipedia article about it as I was kind of listening.
It's during like the musique concrète stuff at the beginning.
Yeah, it was just like the general sound of like New York City from the beginning. So that was really cool. I put it at like a 7 out of 10. Any of these songs that I gave a 7 could easily be like an 8. I feel like
I'll still
it was
take
just
it.
kind of all very, very good in that sort of range of like 7 to 10. Witch Hunt. This song was a fun change of pace.
Yeah.
It rips just as much as everything else, but it has like a foreboding tone to it that I really enjoy.
Yeah, it does.
It was just a very nice change of pace and not far enough off the path to lose me.
Yeah.
Like the
Tonally
terrain
consistent.
changed, but it stayed on the path, if that makes sense.
Totally.
And that bumped this one up to an 8 out of 10. I could see myself giving this one a 9 out of 10.
Nice. Plus
I
the
don't know.
message is
Did
really
I
good
not?
too.
I didn't give any 9s. That's really funny. I bet a lot of the ones that are 8, I could probably make 9s, and all the 7s, I can make 8s.
That's a good sign.
I feel pretty confident in that.
We can say that for your final thoughts.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, there's one song
Exactly.
left.
I know.
And the 9s
Sorry
and
to
the
s-
7s
sorry
and the
to
silver
spoil.
spoon.
Sorry to spoil that Vital Signs didn't get a 9 out of 10, but we'll see where it ended up. The opening used the channels, which was fun. I think the album as a whole had like little bits and moments, but
Yeah.
that was the one where that like stood out.
Yeah.
Probably just because it was the beginning of the song. Like it was silent and then it went into one ear, so I noticed it more than when it is playing in both and then it goes to one. I'm less likely to be like, oh, wait a minute.
Mhm.
That was cool to hear. This song didn't stick out to me as much as any of the other ones did. It was probably the weakest, but it's really hard to say for sure. They're all very similar. I enjoyed them. I also saw online that this song was like ranked like the 35th best Rush song.
Yeah, people
or
like this
something.
track a lot. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many songs they have. I assumed
They got a lot.
35th. Oh,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I guess that's high
8th
then.
studio album, as you
Yeah.
said.
I just assumed it
Good
out of.
lord.
I just assumed that 35th was low compared to however many songs they
Nah,
have. They
it's
got that many.
Yeah.
A lot of
They got a
fucking
big
songs.
discography.
It sounds like I'm being very critical. It's still
Oh,
a
yeah.
7 out of 10
Uh-huh.
or like an 8. It's just like when the album is as good and I'm enjoying it, I gotta be a little critical
Yeah.
of the one song that I don't think is like super, super good.
And I'll agree. I also agree this is the weakest track on the album for me personally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it pretty clearly is
Yeah.
the weakest, but it's like the weakest among.
Like the greats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like getting
uh-huh.
last place at the Olympics. It's like you're still at the Olympics.
Mhm.
You've made it.
Even breakdancing at the Olympics.
God, yeah, that could have been me.
That was such a good meme. Not
That
gonna
was
lie.
wild.
That video. Sometimes, if I am feeling down, I will watch that and I will laugh.
Yeah, that's the last song, right?
All right.
God, it would be awesome if you were like, no, Tom, there's 4 more.
Yeah, you didn't listen to the deluxe?
8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7.
Well, that's pretty like exciting for the final thoughts. I'm very
Yeah,
interested to hear.
it definitely lands
Yeah.
it within the range of both of yours.
Yeah.
So we will see where it
Good stuff.
plans out.
It's also kind of fun, like having an album that all three of us are on the same page in terms of
Yeah.
enjoyment.
Uh-huh.
I thought you hated this album, Matt. You were
Yeah.
texting about how much you hate it today.
Yeah, I hate it because it's making all the actual other classic rock albums that I like be put to shame.
Damn. I wasn't sure. You were like, today we're having Matt hates albums. I
I-
was like, oh, fuck.
Can I be real
Really?
with you?
I was like, how?
I
Mhm.
actually did that so I can see if I can get like a hell yeah, I hated it too, and I can gauge my ranking at the very end.
Baiting Tom.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's actually the real reason why I
Damn,
did that.
you got your answer because I was like, what?
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's right.
Which I
Mhm.
feel like let you know where I leaned.
Mhm.
But then I very quickly was like,
You know-
save it for the pod, Matt.
No, it's okay. Hey, listen, I'm not just a pretty face. I'm pretty smart.
I do hate that you were like starting a conversation, and in the back of my head, I was like, "Dude, you gotta save it for content." I was like, I can't let that be where our
Content
friendship
brain.
goes. I hate it.
Time to hear how much Matt hates this album.
Yeah,
So, Matt, shall we get into our thoughts then?
I don't hate this album.
I
by
know.
the way.
I figured.
I'm clarifying for the audience.
Wait, AJ, should we do a prediction time for
Oh,
whether
yeah,
Matt
for
liked this
Matt.
album?
Well, based off the chat that he sent, this is
Negative
probably
3.
-3, I think.
-3.
Much like these pictures, it will move to the bottom.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
No, that's correct.
Said the only thing rushing is Melanie Martinez
To the
ahead
top.
of this album.
You see, like the thing is, it works really well as a good album, but really
Yeah,
bad
as a bad album. I would agree. Yeah. Just like Drake.
That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't consider it. I didn't consider that. Wow.
It's sound logic.
I do have a little bit of Matt story. It's
Yeah.
not that involved, but I would just like to mention Rush is a band that a lot of my friends that I've known for a little while have like mentioned in passing, and I never really checked them out, mostly because just I guess my mind was like elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I had heard some people blast songs from a little bit from this album, but like from their other albums. I was like, oh, they're pretty cool. I should maybe check them out. I finally gave it like 2 very good listens like today
Yeah.
at time of recording. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like I liked it the first time, and the second time I liked it even more.
Good shit, dude.
It was fucking rad.
Yeah, man. It's just a really solid 40 minutes of music.
It's tight. It's tight as shit.
I'm glad you're getting into them now. Rush is a band that I've like loved since high school, so I'm glad I get to like bring this on the show because like they're definitely like a formative band for my music taste. Yeah.
Yeah.
But shall we dive right in with this first track?
Let's do it.
So Tom Sawyer. I mean, what is there to say? It's iconic. It's one of the pinnacle 80 songs like ever released. I love the bass pattern on this track a lot. Like Geddy Lee's bass work is phenomenal, and I also like that he's a vocalist and a bassist.
Yeah.
That's very unique. The synth work is fantastic on this track, all across the board for all like the different sections, especially with the synth solo after the bridge when he switches over to 7/8. That shit's
Yeah.
rad as hell.
I enjoy that too. The time signatures they switch between make the song feel so fresh and unpredictable. it feels like it's just a quintessential song that people should know.
Yeah.
I had heard this song when I did like a radio show back in college. One of my co-hosts would play this for our like old-timey music night that we would do. And I always liked it in passing, but genuinely it's so well executed and so well crafted.
Yeah, man.
And Geddy Lee's vocals are like the cherry on top. I'd say for like this track and all the tracks, if I'm being honest.
That's fair. He's got a very unique vocal style, and it suits this music so well.
I didn't mention it during my rundown. This one did make my playlist and probably should have been there already. I knew it already.
Yeah.
I was shocked it wasn't. And the moment I saw it wasn't, before I even hit play, I had it.
Nice.
Because I
Good
knew I was
stuff.
like that. And then Limelight, I also moved onto a playlist.
Hell
Gotcha.
yeah. Word. Alex Lifeson's guitar work is fantastic. I love the guitar solo on this and how it accents the vocals on the refrain. The time signature switch ups are so much fun, going from like 7/8 during the solo to 13/16 for those accented crash hits.
Like, where do you come up with that
I know,
shit?
dude.
Like,
That's
it's
so sick.
cool.
Neil Peart is just a fucking like legend. So hearing his work like in his prime is just fantastic. I love the different bass patterns that he uses, like the kick drum patterns for the, like each stanza of the verse. Like that's so much fun just to like play around with. It's really cool, like accented syncopation stuff. Also, his high like notes, Geddy Lee's high notes are really fucking impressive, dude.
His vocals
Goddamn.
are fucking insane. It's so cool, like, to have a frontman and lead singer that knows how to cut through an instrumental so vividly and like with so much like dynamic range.
Yeah.
Just it's perfect. It's not overdoing it. He knows just what to do, and he's playing the bass.
Yeah.
Like, is that what you said? He's playing the bass. I've heard it's like really fucking hard to play bass and be like a lead singer.
Yeah.
I think I was watching like an interview with Les Claypool of Primus,
Yep.
and they were saying like, how did you learn to do it? And like they practice. Like apparently it takes like a long fucking time to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're holding down the entirety of like the chords and the melody and the harmony and shit with like with the instruments, but then you got to sing melody over top of that.
Perform.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He's like a multi-instrumentalist, right?
I think so. That would make sense. I mean, prog musicians are like the fucking like the apex
Yeah.
of talent, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion.
No, I would agree.
Anything else about Tom Sawyer?
I think realistically, we have to give credit to Samuel Langhorne Clemens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. The modern day warrior.
We've all been saying that for years.
Do you know who that is?
The author.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, it's so wild. I used his real name, and for some fucking reason, I'm forgetting his pseudonym.
Ernest Hemingway.
No, it's Huckleberry Finn, that
Oh, yeah.
author. Fucking, what's his name?
C.S. Lewis.
That's definitely not
I
it.
know that's not it.
That's definitely. Oh my god, that's crazy. I remembered his real name and not the name he's famous for.
Mark Twain.
There we go.
Oh,
Jesus
there we
fucking
go.
Christ.
Damn.
I can't believe I didn't know that off the dome.
Oh my
I
God.
feel like
Wow,
I did.
I'm stupid. That's
I-
crazy.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think Matt having said the legal name made me like forget
No,
Mark Twain.
I think it made me forget that it's fucking, that was crazy. That was a wild mental block. But we have other music to talk about.
That we do. Other good music, like this follow-up track, Red Barchetta.
It's a great follow-up to Tom Sawyer. I would agree with Tom. I really love how like big and lush and full the guitar layers sound over top one another.
Yeah, man.
Like this is one of those songs where like I really noticed that the most. It also just like I was fucking the syncopated shit that they're doing here. It's so crazy.
It's so rad.
Listening in headphones is such a great experience,
Oh,
by the
for
way.
real.
Oh my god.
I definitely
Yeah.
like got like a big appreciation boost for it when I just heard like how they utilization of the channels on this mix specifically was really fucking cool. There's a moment on this track where it has like the bass like right in the center and the guitar like filling out like the left and the right, like kind of like on like the outsides, and then the drums kind of travel back and forth, which is so fucking cool.
I didn't notice that, but it was good to listen in headphones. I do think it was better in headphones.
It was so.
Oh, yeah.
No, especially if I can take a second. Like I had heard some of these songs on just a loudspeaker at my job, and depending on where you're standing in the place that I work at, the acoustics and just the way the sound reverberates, it sounds like shit. Like I remember I didn't like Getting Killed by Geese because I had heard it over the loudspeaker, but the fucking like area at my work, it just was not conducive for getting the full range of the song. So I feel like just taking the time to like listen in headphones or in just like a more enclosed space, it was a lot better, you know?
Get to hear everything.
It was fantastic. dare I say.
I feel like there's a little something to once you hear it in your headphones too, like you hear the better version of it. When you hear it in passing over a shitty speaker, it's like better because you can your brain almost like fills in how it should sound a little bit.
So Tom, are you saying that you've transferred to listen to music through headphones?
Well, I think the headphones make good things better and make bad things worse for me. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of amplifies.
I really don't.
Well, it's just like if I don't enjoy something and I'm hearing it more clearly, I'm upset because I got to hear it.
Oh, it's like when I edit these episodes.
Yeah.
If you listen to songs that you like through headphones, do you like them more?
Probably. I think it depends on the song, but like it worked for this for sure. Some of them I don't know if it would adjust any better. I think it's more once you have a good experience with a song, it like sticks with you and makes it better. Not necessarily just because it's a higher quality in the headphones, but like even Bat Out of Hell at the D&D game was like, oh, that's a really good experience with that song. And I like the song like a lot more now because of it.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So this in headphones, it was clearer and better in the headphones. So I think I'll appreciate it more everywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh God, I dropped my phone. I don't know if that picked up.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
I mentioned it, so now it did. Unless you cut this. I don't know. There's something about like attaching positive memories to something that'll just like enhance it in the future. I think something more like a lived experience, like the D&D game for me is going to be more important than just like the music is a little clearer in headphones. But I will say it's definitely better. When it's better, it's definitely better. Is that a good answer?
It's good merch.
Yeah, write that down.
When it's better.
Mid-leaning ass?
When it's better, it's definitely better.
Tom Murphy, 2026.
I really love like how many different sections this track has. It starts with this almost like the ethereal kind of guitar work before building up into like the main like super like pleasant, almost kind of folk synthy like verses before going to like the heavier choruses, the Pierce drumming in the last verse is really fucking fun. I love the accent and ride pattern. I also like the story the song tells. It's nothing like too personal, but it's just about like a dystopic future in which like the main character drives his uncle's old car, just as like a sign of like freedom and rebellion against like people that try to put him down. Damn, which is pretty cool. The main beat's really simple but really pleasant. I love how the bass work complements the guitar work. I love just the switch to the heavier sound with the guitars getting more crunchy coming off of the cleans from the intro. And I also like the hi-hat pattern on the bridge that mimics the vocal delivery is really cool.
There are a couple times that like it does that on this album.
Yeah.
I noticed that on a different track. If we're talking about just how much texture and how the different tones that the guitar has, I love like toward the end of the song when he does that like guitar like muted tapping like outro.
Yeah.
That shit really hits, especially after like the peaks and valleys of energy that this track has. It's really cool. I feel like because of how well known Tom Sawyer is, and like what more do we have to say that the song doesn't already say itself, and also just like this kind of being in a similar vein to Tom Sawyer, the first two tracks I don't really have as much to say as like the rest of them.
Yeah,
because like I know I'd heard Tom Sawyer before, but YYZ is the title,
or YYZ if you're Canadian.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you like say it to people as YYZ?
No, I say YYZ.
Okay.
Yeah, just got to put it out there for all the Rush heads.
It is
I see.
Rush, so I feel like we should lean Canadian.
Just like how we
mid-leaning Canadian.
Mid-leaning
You
Canadian.
can decide whether that means positive or negative based on your own opinions of Canada.
This might be in the running for my favorite song on the album.
I think that's fair.
It's like this one and two other ones are like the ones that I like in my mind right now that I can think of. This is one of those ones where it feels like a fucking composition almost.
Oh yeah,
like it's so theatrical and like has sort of this like ominous sound in the beginning
with just instruments too, which is so cool.
So rad. I love the way the guitar and bass are playing such a fucking complicated and rapid riff at the same time. And then they divert from each other a little bit, but then they kind of join again in parts. It's really, really cool.
I really like how the bass acts almost like a rhythm guitar for like the verses, which is super cool. Just like how like busy the part is so dope, just like filling all that sound. And I also like the part before the solo where it's just like the band and it leading into like little like bass solos and drum solos and guitar solos, just giving every like moment a chance to shine before it goes into like the bridge where everything just like soars. Like that moment is just so fucking good. But when the synths come in, the guitar solo is really fucking incredible with the little whip cracks in there. That goes very, very hard. And I love how it's full circle by the very end where they start playing like the accented intro to end it out. It's very, very neat. This has always been one of my favorites.
It's phenomenal. I love like the tone on the bass specifically too.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like it's so prominent and so like it's another thing where when instruments have their time to shine, they cut through the mix just like so well. Who produced the album?
I don't know. I'll put it in the description.
Word.
Yeah.
Let's name a random producer.
Jeff Basker.
Some nights.
You know what? I can actually hear him. I think it was him.
I
Now that I know music.
Well, you said you were a music expert on the last one.
Yeah.
And that you're more
and I feel like
accurate.
he's proven that
I don't know if
today.
anyone heard the beginning of this episode where I was tossed some musical terms and I just knocked them out of the park. Home run, grand slam every time. You know what I mean?
No.
Bases loaded, out of the park.
Formata's formatted.
I'm the Babe Ruth of this
Tooties
podcast
fruitied.
because I prefer to drink while we're recording.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, really. Code Red specifically. That's what Babe Ruth was drinking during the games.
That's what gave him his oomph.
they came up to him. They're like, "Babe, you gotta stop drinking that Mountain Dew. Leave me alone.
It keeps me going.
He talked like that because his arteries were failing.
Exactly.
Actually, not because he was drunk.
He was very dehydrated.
That's also why I talk like this. Ironically.
Tom's never drank water.
Water.
I love the way the drums are holding down the tempo on the backbeats specifically in the middle of the song. It's so epic sounding. Like I really dug this one a lot.
Yeah, dude. I also like the use of 2/4 for like a lot of these stanzas is really cool.
Yeah.
It's very, very fun, especially going off of like the funky time signature from the opener, which I forget. I didn't write it down.
I feel like it adds like a sense of urgency because you got to fit more into fucking
Exactly.
a minimum amount of notes and beats.
Bam.
I love a signature funky time. I know that's how those words connect.
It's signature funky time.
You heard a special time.
Signature funky time.
New
time unlocked.
If you guys would love to see signature funky time, it'll be on our Patreon.
Oh my god.
What does that even entail?
Time to win another sperm.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's how we earn it.
Ew, like you're watching porn. It's time for my signature funky time. Like that's crazy.
Mom, Dad, tune out. It's funky time.
Mordecai, ring me.
We got 3 gifted subs. Looks like we're entering funky time. I've been banned. My Twitch channel has been shut down.
Yeah, the owners listen to the podcast.
Exactly, the owners of Twitch.
Oh my gosh.
I assume it'd be a live stream. The Patreon live stream.
Yeah.
More like a Limelight stream.
Dude, good transition.
Holy shit.
For probably my favorite song on the album.
This is like
It's a banger.
in the running of like the 2 other tracks that I aforementioned.
Yeah, I fucking love Limelight so much.
The melody gets stuck in my head like all the time.
I know, dude. And this is one that I'll say, Rush is like not known for their lyrics. They often get kind of criticized for being more style over substance, for like focusing more on instrumentation versus like the lyrics and what they're saying. But dude, Limelight's just a really good song about just like the negative effects of fame and just like not getting lost in like the glory or like the demoralization of like touring and just kind of sticking with it just to keep up like spreading your art and like your message. I think it's a really sweet sentiment. A bittersweet sentiment, I should say, backed by a really fucking awesome instrumental.
I don't know if I'm completely out of bounds saying this. This song, like low key, I feel like Sparks could pull off a little bit.
I could see that.
If they went a little bit more stadium, like
Yeah.
I could maybe see them trying to pull this off. Similar vocal stylings, I feel like specifically.
And vocal ranges too.
I was getting a little bit of Ron Mail.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's fucking go. Yeah, no, I was getting a little bit of that from Geddy Lee's vocal performance.
Gotcha.
So it was pretty cool.
Nice.
And I'm not a Sparks guy. So
That's true.
And I did enjoy this more than Kimono My House.
I figure.
He prefers Mark Twain over Nicholas Sparks. Right?
Who's
Nicholas
Nicholas
Sparks?
Sparks?
It's an author.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
What did he write?
I don't know. Off the
Fault
top
in
of
Our
my head.
Stars.
No, that's John Green.
Oh, Harry Potter.
No, that's Crash Course History of Fame, John Green.
But about Limelight, I love the way the drummer crashes on the cymbals before like the slowdown section, as it like it's not even slowed down. It's just like the synths kind of take over,
Yeah.
and then the drums take like more of a backseat a little bit. Again, feels like a composition of some kind. It's so rad. This is the one where I said like one of the best guitar solos on the album.
I would agree. Yeah.
Also, the drum fills on this track may also arguably be like the best on this album. They're so fucking tight, man.
I know, man. They're really fucking nice. I love the choruses as well as Lee's vocals, especially the rhyme scheme that he does. The alienation, get on with the fascination, the real relation, the underlying theme. Like, it's just a really just catchy chorus that flows really well. And also his vocal performance just is really like well done here. You can kind of you can literally feel the desperation in his voice.
You feel the rush.
Yeah, dare I say?
Bars.
I really love the structure of the verses, but also how this song does sound like Stadium Rocky to kind of like tie into the theme of what the song's all about. Like the intro is super clever and very fun. I love just like the bum 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 where like everything drops out and it goes for like the crash cymbals to really emphasize what Getty's saying.
Yeah.
I love how it switches time signatures going from 4/4 to 6/4 to 7/4 is really fun. The guitar solo is phenomenal. It almost tells a story in the way that it's like performed. It feels like conflicted in the way that it's playing, especially when combined with the synths. Like this song is just brilliantly made. I love Limelight so much.
It's like so cool how it keeps the energy of the album. We're like 4 tracks in.
Yeah.
There's not many tracks on here, which definitely helped with my overall enjoyment of the album. And although they are long, I feel like genuinely it does go by really quick.
100%. Yeah.
I mean, I guess granted, if you enjoy something, it's going to go by faster. But like
these pictures do be moving though.
One might say. But I have nothing more to say about this track if you want to move on to the next one.
Yes, the Camera Eye, their signature long composition track of this album.
This track is rad.
It's really cool. I like it a lot. I like how it's split up because the whole concept is about like cities comparing New York to London and how like part 1 is New York, part 2 is London, and kind of comparing and contrasting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's really neat. And I also like how like the differences are like very subtle, which is really cool because I think it's more like straight ahead, like fast, like electronic on the New York part. But I think during the London part, they had like acoustic guitar to kind of like show like they're like the slight difference, but it still sounds the same, which is really cool.
That's cool that they gave them such distinct characterizations.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was just a really cool way to do this. This is also a Neil Peart concept, I believe. Yeah.
I love like the overemphasis on like the futuristic sounding synths in the beginning. And that one's supposed to be New York.
Yep.
That's really, really cool, actually. I love the way, kind of going back to what we were saying on the Talking Heads episode.
Yeah.
I love the way that like some artists will portray bustling city life. It's so neat to see like that like contrast because cities are so fascinating.
Yeah, they got a lot of sounds going on.
Technically, it's not New York. It's Metropolis. Because it's from the beginning of Superman.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, is Metropolis based on New York?
Almost certainly, yeah.
Okay.
I know. It's New York.
Thanks, man.
Just it's all I got. I've been silent for so long.
I really appreciate you just taking the moment to correct me over fucking splitting hairs.
I'm wearing a Superman shirt. I really
appreciate that.
I'm literally wearing a Superman shirt. If I don't in to mention Metropolis, that's all I got.
That was so rad. Anyway,
I'd do it again.
I know you will. I've been editing this show for 3 years.
Yeah, he's cutting me out.
3 years.
3 long years.
Oh, that got me. That was funny.
Since 2019, right?
Yeah. 3 long years.
We go way back.
Continue. What are your thoughts on the Camera Eye?
Jesus Christ. One thing I like in the New York sections of the song specifically is how like the synths will do a thing and the guitar will sort of like peek through and like continue the phrase. It's really, really neat.
It's very dope.
When the actual like more harder part of the song kicks in, it just feels so full of energy and life. The fucking guitar riff on this track for like I guess the London portion of it is so awesome.
I know. It's very refreshing at this point in the album having something like a little more like I guess like acoustic as opposed to just like the constant like electronic sound that we've heard previously.
This is the one where it's like it reminds me of some fucking like RPG game that I've played, and I don't know what that melody is, but like I feel like I'm on the cusp of something and I can't figure out what it reminds me of, but it definitely reminds me of like a game that I've played.
I could definitely see that. It does sound like very like battle music, which is really cool, especially the verses. That melody is so much fun.
It really is. I love the way the drums mirror the vocals on this track specifically. It's so cool because they'll be playing like he'll sing like something in one rhythm, the drums will be singing something in another rhythm, and then like for 2 words they'll sync up and then
so good. Oh my god, that's right. The ba ba da da da. Oh,
and it makes his inflections sound like even more emphasized when Geddy sings. Like again, so masterfully crafted, man.
Yeah, dude. Also the way that like this track like builds to the like Tom was saying, like how it kind of like slows down, it builds up to like the faster moments. It's really fucking cool. It gets you hyped up. Like the rolling snares in the beginning where you have just like the underscoring synth melody when the bass and the guitars kind of join in before going into the main melody is so much fun. And then I love how they do it again to split up into the London section.
Oh, so good.
I will say a critique of Rush's lyrics, they rhyme rain with rain in the same line.
Are they different uses of the word rain? No. Is it like a king's rain and the weather rain?
It's both the weather rain.
God, they suck. They're washed.
The way that you said that,
let me actually move the ranking down to bottom 2.
The way you said that was so poetic. It's like a king's reign and the weather's rain.
What can I say? I'm a bit of a poet.
He's more accurate than Geddy Lee.
I'm like Nicholas Sparks.
This guy's writing an album.
He wrote romance novels, by the way.
I see.
I remembered.
Gotcha. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
The fucking brief, like almost bridge-like section where it reprises into like the intro mid-song, but like you said, with the rolling drums and the fucking like more like the typical Rush instrument setup. I feel like it's so cool how they sort of reprise that.
And I love how the tempo they play with that too, where like it starts off like really rapid with like the synth hits like wow 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 wow, and then it gets like slower before the drums come in.
Yeah.
It's such a nice just like way to build up tension.
I love it. It's such a good track. This honestly, again, might be in the running for one of my favorites.
Yeah, man, I can see why. They're really good at like these more like longer structured tracks. They're, like that I think since their third album, they've always like thrown one in there. So this is their signature for this album.
Not to make this episode like longer than it should be, but I'm just genuinely wondering because I imagine this album, like you said, it acquired so much success.
Yeah.
Did they kind of like try to replicate this album in any way, or did they kind of just go back to like the more like straight prog kind of deal?
They definitely were trying to stick with this sound because Signals right after this one I also really like a lot, and it's very similar to how Moving Pictures sounds. A little. Not quite reaches those heights, but it's still very good in its own right. And then I think the last great Rush album until like way, way later in their discography is Grace Under Pressure. That one is a lot more different. It's a lot more synth inclusive.
Gotcha.
But that one's really fun. And then after that, they kind of just like try a bunch of stuff in like the 90s. I'm actually going through like a Rush like deep dive right now.
Is that part of your journey to listen to all the albums that you like all the way through of each artist?
Mm-hmm. So I have 4 left in their discography of their 20 albums.
Word.
Yeah.
20. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, man. Luckily, I had a bunch under my belt because I've been listening to them since I was in high school. But some of their stuff...
I remember. We were in high school together when we started this podcast. Yeah, exactly.
Once Tom make albums start, we're getting to 21 albums.
Dude, that's my favorite number. We have to.
Legally.
We have to use that quota.
I just started pumping out just like garbage. I mean, I'm already going to be doing that, but just like
not like the shit we're talking about right now.
You know,
really start slopping it up. You know,
you just want yourself a spermie.
Someone's gotta.
Let's slap them up, boys.
I'm an award winner. Okay, going forward, I like
put that on my resume.
Yeah, I like to be introduced on the pod. This is the award-winning podcast. We won the Spermie for podcast with the most mouth sounds.
Self-awarded. We're the Pentatonics of podcasts.
Oh.
Most upsetting to listen to podcast. And the Spermie goes to Tom Hates Albums. Specific, not even the family album as a whole. Specifically me.
There are no other nominees. It's just Tom Hates Albums.
Most mouth sounds to appear in a podcast.
Single episode.
Thank God I included the eating the cookie bit in a couple episodes ago.
You got to meet that quota.
I knew we were in the running. I knew we were in the running to win, and so I was like, all right, we got to.
Yeah,
That cemented it. That got us the win.
Sometimes you got to edit the podcast for the award. You know what I mean? And we try to keep our content concise, but
Got to appease the council.
we also sometimes we got to do something for us.
That's true.
And we wanted that award.
Exactly. Anything else about the camera eye, Matt?
No, because I am very eager to talk about this next track.
Yeah, dude, Witch Hunt grew on me quite a lot.
Literally, that is like verbatim the experience for me too. Like when I first heard it, I was like, oh, this is kind of neat. I like what they're doing. But then I listened to it the second time today and went, oh, wait, this song is actually kind of fucking awesome.
Yeah, it goes hard as fuck.
Now, before we launch into anything
Rush
of how
into
the
it.
song, thank you, of how the song sounds, what is the message of this song? Because you said it has a really good message.
So basically, it's kind of like using the witch hunt as a allegory for basically just like the oppression of like minority groups in like society. So
Gotcha.
like there's a lyric I think in the second verse or maybe like towards the end where they basically just put it all out there, like talking about like immigrants, and I forget what the other they specifically call out is, but just how like they're kind of lampshading how like almost like the rise of like fascists in the 80s were just kind of coming back on like their crusade, being like these witch hunts and kind of making fun of them for like going after people that didn't deserve it. So yeah, it's really fucking cool.
Thank God that's not topical.
I know.
Yeah.
And all the problems were solved after this song came out.
I'm so happy.
Let's rush on to.
No, honestly, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I love the studio imagery in the beginning, especially of like the angry crowd. It was really chilling. Almost reminded me of like, I mean, obviously this is amped up a little bit more, but kind of reminded me of how haunting like the vocals in the background of Army Dreamers is. You know what I mean? Just this sort of ominous, like you can't escape like
the reality
and like harshness of like war and stuff. Yeah, gosh.
Yeah.
It's great when music just proves itself to be more timeless than ever.
I know. And I'm glad that Russia has an example on this very underrated track.
Oh, it's fantastic. When Getty starts to sing and like set the scene, oh my God, it's so cool. I also love how like the instruments kind of join in too, and like it almost paints the scene even more based off the lyrics he's saying. Because I don't remember like exactly what to say, but he's like, it's dark and it's foggy, and I'm like, whoa, it sure fucking is.
Honestly, yeah, like the instrumentation does a really good job of like giving you imagery, which is really cool.
Oh, for
like
sure.
you have like those like sporadic tom hits that kind of come into accent what the lyrics are saying. It sounds like they're having like this like meeting by like a fireside that's like a cult or something.
Yeah.
Which is super dope. And then like the explosion that happens when the rest of the band joins on the second verse goes so hard with the synths taking the lead on the melody. And then the bass kind of doing the same thing is really fucking cool. I also love the guitar riff on the fourth verse, which this is the one where like the message really kind of becomes clear towards the end. And also, very fun, morbid fact, this song was recorded the same night that John Lennon got shot.
I almost added that to my notes
Yeah.
too, but I was like, I don't know if that's a Tom to share.
Oh,
Feels
man.
like more of a
That's weird.
Yeah.
They found. I remember seeing something that they like found out in the recording
Yeah.
studio.
That's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing, kind of going back to the music aspect of this, I love how the beginning, the instruments are playing. It sounds like frantic, yet it still maintains like kind of a slow-ish rhythm.
Yeah.
It's so neat how they're able to master that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so ominous.
Yeah.
You really kind of feel like the eerie nature of the topic of this song for sure.
And Tom also had like a good point where this track does sound very different from the past like 5, but it does fit right in with Rush's sound. It's very, very cool.
You said Tom had a good point more than once this episode.
Yeah.
It's a real
I'm proud of you,
nice
Tom.
change of pace.
Yeah.
It's really nice to be on the same page with an album, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anything else about Witch Hunt, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I shocked myself.
Yeah.
The synth sounds so like large and grandiose, which I feel like adds to just how like, you know,
Just eerie.
almost makes you feel like the energy of like an endless mob
Yeah.
hunting after the witches in the scenario. The bass is fucking underrated as fuck on this track.
Yeah.
It does such a good job of like making everything seamlessly flow together, which I love. And I love how it just drones out that like chord progression for the rest of the song as it like intensifies and kind of goes to a sudden stop. That shit was awesome.
For real, man. Very good penultimate track. And a track that I like better than the actual closer.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Vital Signs.
The mixing is really interesting.
Yeah. It's almost like a reggae track, which is pretty like neat in concept, but I just feel like it doesn't really do much for me. And I feel like as a closer, it doesn't really fit the best. But that could just be my opinion. I feel like it's just kind of a folly with Rush. A lot of their closers just never really hit for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're more of a ramp up kind of a band.
So yeah, they don't know how to end.
That's true. That's true. You don't really. Well, you can fuck all the way down.
I mean, when you're called Rush, it's kind of in your MO.
It's implied.
Yeah.
A couple things I do like about this track. I love the placement of when the drummer hits the snare on this track specifically. It's just like I mean, me personally, I never was able to like predict when the next one would be when I was listening to it. So that was really cool. I don't know why I did that like herky jerky motion.
I liked it. Hey, we're going for another award.
The herky jerky award. Fantastic. Let me see. I also love how they let the synth, which I'm not sure if it's like modular or analog because it sounds like it's like playing through like a sequence of pre-programmed notes. But I love how it lets it take the lead and then the instruments just kind of like follow whatever it's doing. It's so fucking cool. And they do it so organically without it making it sound like a gimmick either, which I am personally a fan of. The B sections on this track in particular are so epic sounding to me. And also, Geddy's vocal intonation is just remarkable on this track, in my opinion. 3 minutes to the end, honestly, I think is just perfect.
Yeah.
I also love the delivery of the "everybody got mixed feelings" line that he kind of repeats over and over. It's really, really cool, and I actually kind of like the way this album is closed.
I'm glad you enjoyed that. I don't know. This one like never really clicked for me. Like I don't think it's a bad song, but I just feel like in comparison to the other tracks, it just isn't on the same level.
I got you.
Like I think like the sporadic melody is like a little distracting, as well as like the kind of oscillating vocal effect on Geddy's vocals. It's interesting like how digital it sounds, but like the kit almost sounded like a straight like MIDI kit. So
yeah, I could see that a little bit.
Kind of going for like just really leaning to like the new technology. The chorus is really groovy though, with the guitars primarily like riding the upbeats. That's like really what gives like the reggae identity, which is neat. But like I didn't really have too much to say about this one. I felt like kind of not like lackluster, but it's kind of like okay, it's over now.
I got you.
Yeah.
One thing I also would like to concur with Tom about is that the like intro where they kind of have that stereo thing going back and forth panning.
Yeah.
That shit was really tight too.
It is very neat.
It kind of grabbed my attention right away. And then like as it continued, I just enjoyed the rest of the song.
Yeah, man.
So
good stuff.
Pretty rad. It's pretty rad. This like for an album with only 7 tracks, it's cool to see like everybody's preferences of what they look for in this album kind of like take form and such and have enough to offer. You know what I mean?
For real. I there's like no bad song on this album.
No,
but you definitely have like your preferences.
For sure.
And I guess speaking of preferences, Tom, did you hate this album?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you ready for the
big reveal?
Final thoughts and the big reveal on who is correct?
I'm excited.
For the audience at home,
why am I so excited?
Let's do a reminder of what you guys had said. AJ believes that this album is going to land between Purple Rain and The Wall, which were respectively a 9.1 and an 8.8. Purple Rain a 9.1, The Wall an 8.8. And then Matt, you said below Starbomb, above Black Parade, right?
Yeah.
So 8.5, 8.75. So you're looking at like an 8.6.
Yeah.
For this. Okay.
Here we go.
I'm getting goosebumps. Like what's happening?
This album was a very fun listen. One of the best we've had this season, probably the best we've had this season, if I had to guess.
I would say so, yeah.
And I'd argue one of the best in the history of Tom Hates albums.
Okay, good stuff.
Of this show, yeah. It's got 2 10 out of 10 songs, nothing less than a 7, and even that was more to show in comparison to the 10 out of 10s rather than really like a 7 out of 10. I don't think represents the value of the song on its own. It represents it in comparison to like
the other tracks,
Limelight and Tom Sawyer. Everything in here rips. I love the synths. A lot of every song feels like it could fit into like an old grainy footage, like retro sci-fi like movie. It's got real
like B-movie vibes.
I know you don't mean the Jerry Seinfeld movie, but I can't help but picture that. I feel like I could listen to Tom Sawyer over the back of Jerry Seinfeld as a bee stuck to a tennis ball.
Yeah. He's the modern day warrior.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
Barry B. Benson.
Now is not the time to be
the modern day warrior. That's so fucking funny. Yeah. A movie that looks like a Blade Runner, but is a higher energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just scratches an itch for me that very few other things can. And the final ranking caused me. Listeners of the podcast that were eagle-eared might have noticed that one of the albums that I listed with a ranking was an adjusted score.
Okay.
Purple Rain used to be a 9 out of 10, but now it is a 9.1 out of 10.
I see.
Okay.
Because Rush landed at a 9 out of 10.
Yes.
Placing it just above The Wall by Pink Floyd.
Let's go.
Damn.
And bumping up Purple Rain to a 9.1. I have, since I listened to it last night, been arguing with myself. I think I'm going to leave it where it is. There's a small part of me that wanted to put it above Purple Rain. Like I wanted to make this the 9.1 and Purple Rain stays at 9. I couldn't do it. I think there's a world where, like, at the end of the season when I'm like bumping things around, that could be a potential move.
Yeah.
It was very funny to me when you guys were at the beginning like, it's a lot like Purple Rain. So I feel like it could be neck and neck. And I was literally like, I've spent the last 24 hours thinking about how I can't decide which one is better than the other because they're very similar to me. Like, they're not similar, but they are.
Yeah.
It's really hard to
I know exactly what you mean, though.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they both have songs that are considered, like, the greatest of all time. Like, Purple Rain, the title track is, like, one of the most iconic songs of all time. Tom Sawyer is as well.
Oh, definitely.
They're so hard to actually compare, though.
Oh, of course.
That's where it landed. 9 out of 10. So
Damn.
So AJ, you take
Congrats,
this round.
AJ.
Thank you.
Officially bumping Starbomb to number 6.
Oh, no.
It's out of the top 5.
Matt, what have we done?
It's happened.
Oh, man.
It's
Shucks.
finally happened.
That's my favorite album.
Yeah, you know. But hey, still top 10.
Yeah.
Still got that going for us.
exactly.
That's true.
And you're gonna need 4 more albums to bump it out of the 10. So that's not. It's not leaving the top 10 for at least a couple years.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, shit.
I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you liked the album so much,
Me
dude.
too.
Yeah,
it
pretty
was
rad.
good. It bangs. I think it helps that there were 2 songs in it that I knew
Yeah.
already. I think that definitely skews my opinion when I like know something.
And then the rest of it is also pretty serviceable. So
Yeah,
you're able to,
it's all very like if I know those other 2 songs because they're considered 2 of the greatest of all time, and I agree with that. Like obviously there have been instances on this show where there are songs that are considered the greatest of all time, and I disagree.
Yeah.
Almost exclusively. But once I agree with it, clearly it's a sound I enjoy, and the rest of this album is very similar. I don't think it ever steps off the path. Sometimes the terrain changes a little, but the path remains the same.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Again, you're dropping poetic bars right now.
I kind of said that earlier, but I mumbled it, and I don't think I was as clear. So I was like, I can work that back
Run
in.
it back. Yeah. It worked out.
Yeah. For viewers at home, Matt probably enhanced it earlier, so they just think I'm a poser who says it twice,
I don't know.
or they didn't.
I guess we'll find out. when it
Eagle
comes
eye the
out.
listeners.
Eagle-eyed listeners.
I realized what that said earlier.
Well, it's listeners who are a fan of the movie Eagle Eye starring Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, a movie
Yeah.
that I definitely knew existed and was a huge fan of.
Man,
Exactly.
2 bird movies.
God, is that-
Peanut Butter Falcon, Eagle Eye.
Flight of the Conchords.
Transformers 3 Dark of the Moon.
Yeah, Lincoln Park.
My favorite bird. Optimus Prime.
What I've done. Can we get Linkin Park on here?
Honestly, yeah, their debut is pretty beloved.
How many
Ben
episodes?
has to be here for that, though.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Tom
going to
versus
tear
Ben.
into you. Yeah.
Tom versus Ben, but he's so
But you
good.
both would like it, though, I feel
Yeah,
like.
I do
I feel
think
like,
I'd
yeah,
like
you
it.
enjoy
I'd
Linkin
probably be
Park.
on the positive.
Uh-huh.
As long as What I've Done is on that album.
I don't know. I don't know Linkin Park.
Directed
like,
by
at
Michael
all.
Bay. The family album directed by Michael Bay. Can you add an explosion?
Wow, that was really cool.
Yeah.
I'm watching Matt in real time go, do I care enough to add an explosion to this? Will it add enough for the worth the effort? I think he's leaning no.
Well, Matt, do you want something that's worth the effort and get into your final thoughts about moving pictures?
Wow.
I
yeah.
forgot that we do that.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I was ready to be like, "Well, this has been a great episode." I've like dead ass was getting ready to like lead into the ending.
It's okay.
No, this album honestly was a joy to listen to. I mean, I'm really happy that like I took the time to kind of actually sit down and listen to this album because like they were a band that I had heard in passing, both like in conversations between some of my friends and then like over the shitty loudspeaker at my job. So getting like proper listens of this album definitely helped like pique an interest to try and check them out. I think later on. Limelight honestly, YYZ and Limelight might be tied. I really like both those songs respectively. YYZ is just so cool how it has so much like energy and complexity and it has like no lyrics on it, but they're able to just sort of like paint this vivid picture without any words. It's really cool. Really shows how well they are as like prog musicians. And then fucking Limelight just is a stadium rock banger, which I fucking love. Geddy Lee all across this album is fantastic. God, what more could I say? Just Tom Sawyer.
Amen.
Honestly, like I do like Tom Sawyer, but I don't think it's like my favorite song on the album.
He's no fair. Tom Murphy.
Yeah, but
and Tom's not my favorite Tom on the podcast.
The camera eye is also a pretty damn good track. I think I might actually like it more since you gave me the explanation for it. Not gonna lie.
Oh hell yeah.
And then also, if I had to pick like a third place, that's really tough. Vital Signs could be there, but I also feel like Witch Hunt just has this like
that oomph.
It's got the sauce.
It does. It does have that sauce. Yeah, no, overall, very good listen. I'm definitely gonna re-listen to it.
Hell yeah.
I could see this being like solid A tier or A plus without a doubt, because like literally everything from the instrumentation to the vocals and then like what minimal lyrics it has, like they just do what they set out to do in spades. So phenomenal album, honestly.
Hell yeah, man. I'm glad you enjoyed. As I said, I've been a Rush fan since I was in high school, so this is like pretty obvious where it's going to land.
I remember those days.
Exactly. When I was constantly talking about Rush when we were in high school together.
Yeah. And I was like, Pink Floyd, I don't get it, but Rush, I'm in.
And then I shoved you in a locker.
It's a miracle we're still friends.
I know. Yeah, because it's going to end next month.
Yeah, next month, guys. I'm going to end the podcast and a friendship.
Yep.
All in one.
You know, it's actually not to divert at all from your like overall thoughts. It would be interesting if he did review Dark Side of the Moon, because then we would see where it would place like with this album and the other ones.
I don't know. I haven't listened to it.
Gotcha.
I did always
really
say,
like it.
I will say, I've always told myself that if I did listen to it, if I liked it, I would tell you.
That's
if I
right.
didn't
That's
like
what you
it,
said.
you'd never know.
Uh-huh.
So maybe I have listened to it.
And it's now just sparing my feelings. It's Schrodinger's Floyd.
I've definitely listened to some of it, and I don't remember my opinion. I don't think I listened to it actively enough.
Yeah.
Like I think I threw it on in the car once, and then was like, this is not the
today.
car listening music I want for today, and I'd probably put something dumb on. Something you'd be upset that I replaced.
Pink Floyd, the Rocks Rock album or whatever.
Fuck, that is a good one. I did reference that on stream the other day.
Yeah.
To be clear, a lot of these I know aren't good,
I know.
but the lyrics are funny to me, and that
And
carries more
it
weight.
makes them good to you.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that, in theory.
In theory. And hey, there's nothing wrong with you guys liking the music you like.
You know what, Tom? Thank you for your approval. We've been itching for it. That's 3 seasons now.
Hey, he's more accurate than Geddy Lee, remember.
That's
true.
true.
That's true.
Anyway.
The inventor of the Getty images, actually. Fun fact.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's just random pictures that Geddy Lee
Well,
is
they're
taking.
moving pictures.
I guess that works. That's where it comes from.
Yeah, moving pictures and Geddy Lee. That's where you get Getty images from. Yeah.
Shit, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Some Tom history for you.
Well, thanks for the enlightenment, Tom.
I just typed it into, like an AI, and it told me that.
Yeah, and every guy's never wrong.
Never been wrong.
Yeah,
No. Allen Iverson. I texted him personally. The basketball player.
He was wrong a little bit ago, a little while ago.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he was very wrong.
Anytime I say a celebrity's name, I just assume they've done something bad. It's just like...
It's par for the course.
Unfortunately, you put a camera in someone's face, they're gonna slip up and say something that upsets you.
Yeah.
Like everything I've ever said on this podcast.
That's why we don't have a video format, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, not yet.
You'd see all the crude gestures I make throughout the whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, AJ, what are the rest of your overall thoughts?
I think Moving Pictures is very good. Overall, I think it's my second favorite Rush album, just behind 2112. That one's just has a special place in my heart. But like this is like the Rush album to get you into Rush. Like this, I think, has the most consistent track list like throughout. It also just kind of shows like their most popular sound and like their most like tight like structure like perfectly. Geddy Lee's vocals are amazing, and I feel like he's able to convey a lot of really cool emotional themes that's lacking on some other Rush albums. In like in a more poppy format, which is very impressive. And his bass work while also singing is also extremely impressive, especially on like stuff like YYZ and Tom Sawyer. There's just so many great moments where the bass gets to shine and even like go like bar for bar with the guitar, which is super cool. Alex Lifeson's guitar work is also nothing to be like condemned, because his guitar work is phenomenal. All of his solos are phenomenal all across the board, and whatever he's doing for like the verses or the choruses fits the tone of the track perfectly. And then Neil Peart is one of the greatest drummers of all time, so his drum work is phenomenal all across the board, whether he's mimicking what the vocals are doing, he's soloing on top of the guitar work, or just like running it back a little bit so like the other members shine. He knows exactly what to do, when to put the foot on the gas, when to put on the brake. The song concepts are really cool. I especially love Limelight and Witch Hunt in terms of like the message behind them, as well as the lyrics. Red Barchetta is also really fun as a concept and a song. Tom Sawyer's iconic. Camera Eye is really, really cool. I was like their big song. And I've said my piece with Vital Signs. But yeah, overall, I quite enjoy this album. I think it's A+, bordering S tier. Not quite, because of Vital Signs. Because I think S tier is like song. There's like no skips. I love every track on there.
Like Meatloaf.
For you.
That's true. For Crying Out Loud is kind of polarizing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Me too.
I love
it.
it
Good
so
for you,
much.
man. Enjoy.
No, yeah.
Hey.
I thought you would be like, enjoy. No, I don't think I will.
No,
just from
actually,
Tom,
you know what?
At the bottom.
I'm done. You thought I would review Pink Floyd and AJ would get upset. You don't think
I just ruined the friendship by saying Meatloaf isn't an S tier album?
Yeah, he said Meatloaf is a 9 out of 10 A+, and I went, fuck you. I'm done. Not high enough.
It's so funny. We were hinting that Tom was going to ruin the friendship, and then AJ just talking, which is like
the twist.
I'm just really sensitive
about
specifically Meatloaf.
I got loaf sensitivity, dude.
Listen, there's only been one artist that I invited to get in my ass, and it's Meatloaf.
So far.
Meatloaf, get in my ass.
Well, that's the bar for good music right there.
That might be the worst soundbite.
That's a phenomenal sentence right there. There's only one artist that I've invited to get in my ass.
That's a sign you really like someone.
This podcast is high art.
Yep. Very highbrow. And very Meatloaf.
God, that sentence actually got me my first spermie.
Well, I think that'll do it for this week's episode of Tom Mates Albums.
Yeah, let me do my ending pick.
Yeah, what do you got this week, Tom?
Oh, God. Fuck, that's so funny. I kind of mentioned this to you guys at D&D the other day. I've gotten into this podcast recently called The Meantime, and the guys on it are very funny. It's mostly like a comedy podcast, but it started as a radio show because they're like both musicians.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be them talking about music, and within 5 minutes of the first episode, they stopped talking about music. But they both have bands, and I've been listening to them. The one guy, Pat, has a band called Not My Weekend, which is also like rock music. I really enjoy that.
I think I've heard of them before.
They're pretty good. I think they're somewhat popular indie band. Like they've toured before, and they have shows. Like they do pretty good as far as I know. I know very little about the indie music scene, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I guess it just goes for music in general when I'm speaking. The other guy, Jared, does music under the name Rat Park, and his music is also pretty fun.
You did mention that one recently.
They also have 4 songs under the podcast name, 2 of which are like comedy songs. I guess all 4 of them are really leaning comedy songs. Two of them are like rap. One of them is like a ballad about stealing a baby, and then the other is making fun of like K-pop and how a lot of K-pop songs are just like random words with like a beat. So they wrote a song called Slop.
Nice.
And it's really good. They just added it to Spotify, and I've been listening to a lot of those recently. Good as hell.
Well, I'm glad you've been expanding your music taste a little more.
Nice.
Oh, and one of the Not My Weekend songs had a girl group on it called Diva Bleach, and they also whip ass. They're really good. Their vocals are really good, at least. I haven't listened to any of their like songs separately, but they were really good on the track I heard. So.
Gotcha.
Neat.
If you're interested in indie or music, go listen to those.
Some Tom-commendations, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Recommendations.
To be clear, I also haven't listened to like every song of theirs. The handful I've listened to, I've enjoyed. I haven't like listened to a full album or any. I don't even know if they have full albums on there, but worth checking out. The podcast is funny too. So shout out to a more famous podcast.
Support our allies.
Let's get them a couple of views.
Exactly.
They're already getting thousands of views.
Need it.
Yeah.
With the poll that we have.
They're getting 10 times more than our most listened to episode can dream of. But hey.
At least we're having fun.
Maybe they'll hear this and shout us out. They shouted out my Twitch stream on one of their Twitch things.
That's rad.
I was bothering them a lot. That's what I do best.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's everything I had to say.
But we do have a special announcement in regards to the Bad Album Bowl, though.
That is true.
Yes, if you've been keeping up with our Instagram polls, we offered a little bonus episode to go with Matt and I's episode talking about the two winners.
Let's cut the crap and call it what it was. Okay, you left me out of the Bad Album Bowl, and I made some calls, and I had some things rectified. There will be a Tom Hates Albums episode attached to the Bad Album Bowl format now because you tried to leave me out.
I mean, can you blame us?
It's the least we could do, I guess.
And I believe it was the winner Macho Man's album, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes. God, I'm gonna rate it so high.
I know. That's
I'm
what
not
we're
even
scared
gonna
of.
like it, but I'm gonna do it as a bit.
As
That's
principle.
exactly why I was hoping it wouldn't win.
11 out of 10, better than Meatloaf. God, it's a macho tier, a new tier above S.
M tier.
Oh, I like that.
But yeah, we'll be talking about I forget what the album's called.
Be a Man.
Be a Man, of course, by Macho Man
I'm
Randy
so
Savage.
excited for I've heard Legend. I've never actually listened to it.
I listened to the first track.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna be bad, but I'm excited.
Tom does love his wrestling.
It's the perfect level of like fun bad for me.
Yeah.
I'm curious how wrestling related, because it was also released in a time where like wrestling was still very much a like it's real. Like no one in the know is gonna say that it's like scripted ever. So I'm curious how
that plays a factor.
I know there's a Hulk Hogan diss track, right?
There is a Hulk Hogan diss track.
Oh god, I'm so excited.
I will say
It's gonna be so bad.
I will say there are like gang vocals and stuff in the background.
Gotta love
and
that.
like people to hype him up in the first track.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny.
Yeah, the Macho Man.
There's like a soul singer. There's like an R&B and soul singer in one of them. It gets really
it's
weird.
Razor Ramon, dude.
God, I hope Terry Funk is in there, maybe. What other wrestlers have names that sound like they could be
Artists.
musicians?
Stay
so
tuned for
good.
that one. That'll be, I guess, outside of this season because our finale is coming up for Tom Hates Albums.
Yeah.
So that'll be like a little bonus, like a little family vacation of Tom Hates Albums.
A Mooj Boot. Boosh? A Mooj Boot? How do
I
you say
couldn't
it?
remember Mark Twain's name, so I wouldn't ask.
I feel
me.
like I should know that better. Whatever.
It's filler.
It's filler.
Yeah, not canon.
It's a bonus track.
Yeah.
Every good album has a bonus track you can ignore.
There you go. This is the bleed of this podcast.
Yeah.
But I think that with that'll do it for this episode of Tom Hates Albums. Any final thoughts before we close out?
No. I think I'm good. Our friendships remain intact for the time being.
Yeah, for the most part. So let's hope that stays for the next episode.
Find out in the bonus episode whether we continue to be friends.
Or there's one less person on this podcast.
Get ready for Ben Hates Album.
Results may shock you.
You just did all of the exact same albums I did in order,
Yep.
like the exact, but it's just Ben liking them now.
It's the Tom Hanks album's remaster, but like it's voiced by Ben.
Ben's
Do I
version.
have
Ben
to do
replaces Tom.
Yeah, it's not even new episodes. It's your guys' vocals stay
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Exactly.
He just dubs over me.
Oh my, that's
with
funny.
new opinions.
I have to
Oh,
edit that.
Wow, it's the Dragon Ball Super Beerus of
He's
podcasts.
suddenly saying things really positive, and you guys are like, no, I think that's bullshit. Actually, this is really good. Oh, that's so funny.
Stay
That's so
tuned to see
dumb.
if we make that a reality.
Yeah.
But until then, this has been Tom Hates Albums. Thank you so much for your constant love and support, and we will see you next month. And as always, I'm your host, AJ Tenari.
Natta-ratta-tatta.
Tom Murphy.
Peace.
Bye.